Are you a big fan of the Final Fantasy VII Remake game? Stay tuned for more action figures from the game coming right up. Hey, how's it going everyone? I'm DCSG 81 and welcome to my toy news. If this is your first time watching my video, welcome to my channel. This is where you'll find me doing reviews for action figures, custom heads and accessories, as well as some comparison and all sort of fun stuff. So I hope you will subscribe to my channel and click on the bell button so that you don't miss out any of my latest news. Okay, so what's the new craze in town except for the COVID-19 virus? Yep, it is the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is for PlayStation 4. Yep, this game is crazy right now. Everywhere I go, I mean in YouTube or any media, I can just see this Final Fantasy VII Remake. So yep, this is one of my favorite game. I actually started with Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, and then followed by 7. Somehow I just go to 8 first and then go to 7, and I really like it, especially the gameplay is very interesting. And then it comes out with the Final Fantasy VII The Advent Children, which is a single movie animation, which till today I find it one of the best animations. You can check out my unboxing videos of the Cloud and his bike Fenray right up here. Okay, it's a very great masterpiece. I love it a lot. But unfortunately it's back to the box because I don't have any space to actually display him, because that piece is humongous. So back to the game, Square Enix player Kai have actually announced 4 characters that they have made into a figure, and which is already up for pre-orders in Army. So we have the Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, as well as Aerith. So there'll be 2 guys and 2 girls for pre-order. They are all very iconic. I'm sure even if you don't play this remake game, some of you might already know who they are. Okay, so let's get right to it. Okay, so first of all, of course, we'll go to the main character, which is Cloud. Yep, looking very good here. Wow, I just like the Buster Sword when he put it at his back. Okay, then we have a back view of him looking very cool, and then there's his signature pose for holding the swords. Yeah, looking very good. The facial expression is very stern, very sharp. Okay, and there's an action pose right here that you can see, pretty good. And the next one, you can see the his weapon, the Buster Sword, as well as some interchangeable hands that it comes with. And lastly is very disappointing because they don't have another face for him. There's no interchangeable face for him. He's the only one that doesn't come with any interchangeable face, okay, or any interchangeable head. Sorry, I'm too used to SH figures. Yeah, so the next one we'll see is Barrett. Okay, looking very cool here, very muscular, very big size. I can foresee that he will be huge. And as you know, Player Kai is not a 6-inch figure, it's more to like 8 to 9 inch. You can see it from my review of the Cloud. Okay, so don't expect it to scale very well with your SH figures. And there's a back view of it. Okay, looking very cool there. And then another striking pose. Okay, yep, his action pose with his gun. Actually his machine gun on his hand is looking very cool. Okay, and then he have a tattoo on his left arm, which I love it. Okay, and then this Barrett comes with an extra heads, which is without the shades, and just one left hand, and the this is another left hand, which is for holding his shades when you are displaying him with the head without shades. Okay, and yep, that's all he comes with. So I'll explain to you why later, which I thought that it could be the reasons that why he's coming with nothing much. Okay, so the next one we have, of course, is Tifa, which is one of my most anticipated female figure, which I always wanted, but I have not find a decent one. I mean, when I say decent, I mean the facial expression, because the previous release somehow I just don't see Tifa in it, but this one is looking very good. Okay, so we have again a back view. Somehow they just like to have some back views of the figures. Okay, so then we can see some action poses, of course, and her signature pose before she fight, she will adjust her glove. Okay, looking very cool there. And then some kicking pose, looking very nice, I would say. Okay, Yep, and then she comes with another extra face. Sorry, here it goes again. Another extra heads, which I think is not very much different because I don't really see any difference in those pictures, except that I think one is more relaxed and another one is a more angry, stern expressions. Okay, yep, and she actually comes with two interchangeable hair. I'm not sure whether it's 3 or 2. Yeah, it could be 2. Okay, so one is of course the flowing down hair, and another one is some action pose is a flowing hair. Okay, and she comes with 3 pair of interchangeable hands. Okay, so that's all she comes with. I'm sorry, she comes with 4 pair of interchangeable hands because there's one that's already on the figure. So the last one we have is of course Aerith, looking pretty good there. Yep. So yeah, there's a back view. I'm not sure why they always like to have a back view of it. Maybe it's their style. Okay, and then we have one that is her with the her weapons. Okay, and then of course her signature pose with the flowers. This, you can see this, if I'm not wrong, at the very beginning of the opening scenes from the Final Fantasy VII Remake, because I've watched the opening scenes. Okay, very nice looking. And this Aerith actually comes with 3 heads, 3 interchangeable heads. Okay, one is of course the usual, I would say the expressionless face, and one is the angry face. And the special about her is that she comes with one that is with her eye closed for this pose that you can see. It's a very signature pose. Yep, actually I like it a lot. Okay, she comes with quite a number of things. She comes with of course the basket of flowers and one left hand holding the flowers, and of course her weapons, which can be separated into 2. Yeah, looking very good here. Okay, so as you guys know me, I always like to do some comparisons. Of course, I won't compare this to any existing figure because I actually don't buy a lot of the Playard Kai or Playard. I only have so far the Cloud as well as the Sephiroth from the Adventurance. Yeah, so I won't be comparing those. What I will actually do is I will compare the figures that I just showed you just now with the actual scenes from the games, the cutscenes or the game scenes. Yeah, anyway, it's from the Final Fantasy VII Remake scenes. So just to show you how closely it resembles the figure resemblance from the game. Okay, so that you can judge or you can decide for yourself whether you think is it good enough to buy. Because Playard Kai to me, or even Playard to me, is always a hit and miss kind of situation. It's either they do a very great job or they do a very bad job. Okay, so so far for this 4 figure, I think they have been doing quite a good job. Yep, you will see why later. So this time I will do ladies first. We'll start with Aerith. Okay, so we can see that I will show the side-by-side pictures. Of course, the one that's on the left is from the figure, the promo picture that you have seen, and on the right is the scenes from the movie, or is actually a something like a promo pictures. In this case, I think it's a promo pictures that you can see. So I will do a step further, which is I will combine the facial look together so that you can see how well it looks. This one is pretty odd, I would say. Yeah, I try my very best to actually combine the faces, half of it from the game and half of it from the figure, so you see how close is it when the facial expression, especially the eyes, the nose, the hair, the mouth, the body. I'm not going to comment much because for that I think is pretty much more or less is there. Okay, so this one I would say that I have not done a very good job, but you can see the resemblance is almost 90% there. Okay, so the next picture you can see is of another poses of the figure, and this time I found the this screenshot is actually from the opening scenes of the game. Okay, so let's see how they looks when I combine them together. Yep, this time I think they actually looks pretty good. As the you can really see the resemblance there. Yep, it's very nice. I would say it increases to at least 95 to 98% of likeness there. Okay, and the last one of course is, like I say, the very iconic scenes of her holding her hands together, something like a prayers, and then with her eye closed. So let's see how they looks like when I combine them together. Yep, I think this is perfect. Okay, you can really see the resemblance there. Oh my god, so it's really good. I think this Aerith, they really nailed it, the likeness very well. Okay, so for the next one, of course, I will go to not Tifa, but I will go to Barrett. Okay, because very hard to find a pictures to actually for me to do the comparison, so I actually do this one. Okay, so you can see this is I think this is something like not from the game scene, but it's actually how do I put it, something like a 3D modeling for the games. Yep. So of course the one on the left is from the promo pictures of the figure, so let's see how they looks like when I combine them together. Okay, so you just ignore the body, just pay close attention to the facial. Wow, I would say that they actually nail the likeness very well. You can see it's almost identical to the 3D modelings from on the right. Okay, yeah, so this is another very good attempt from the Square Enix Play at Kai. The next one, of course, is Tifa, and this time it's very challenging for me to actually find pictures just like Barrett, but I managed to find one picture which I can combine it for the comparison very well. So let's take a look. So yep, it is these two pictures that I would like to combine, and now let's get ready for the results. Yep, I think this is so perfect. It's like they just like mixed together into one perfect pictures. You can really hardly tell from far that this is half of it is from the figure and half of it is from the scenes from the game. Yep, so I think this Tifa, they actually improve a lot, okay, as compared to the previous releases of the Tifa. This is very nice, and when I say that, you will have known that I have already pre-ordered mine. Yep, so this Tifa is looking very good. And of course, lastly is Cloud. For this Cloud, I do have some reserve because I have seen some reviews on the Cloud set with the Hardy Daytona bike. Yep, and those review, when I look at the figure, then the face is pretty much okay, but somehow I just doesn't really feel like, you know, maybe I'm biased against it because I kind of like the Adventurer Cloud more. Yeah, but this one, yep, it's not very good looking for me. But I'm very surprised when I did the comparison, so let's take a look why. Yep, so I'll be comparing these two pictures together. You can see it's the one on the left, of course, is from the figure, and the one on the right is actually a cutscenes from the game. Okay, so I was very doubtful that it actually matches very well at first, but when I try to do it, bam, okay. Wow, it's really like, my goodness, it's like, wow, I would say this is like 99% likeness from the game transferred to the figure. Wow, yeah, so good. Okay, you can really see the hairlines and the nose and the mouth is like, wow, this is, I think among all except Tifa, this is the closest resemblance I can see. So I would say that for Cloud and Tifa is a very good buy, and Barrett and Aerith is not half as bad. Okay, so like I mentioned, all these four figures is already up for pre-orders in AmiAmi.com, and the last I checked this afternoon, they are all still available for pre-order, and they are all of the same price, which is not cheap. Each of them is about 113 USD. And there's one thing that I mentioned earlier just now, that I say that why they are so stingy on Barrett is because they are all having the same price. At first I was thinking that Barrett might cost more because, like I say, we can see that he's humongous, and yep, so they are keeping the price the same, so that I think they actually try to lower the cost. That's why they are giving so less for Barrett. With the huge size, it's only come with two interchangeable hands plus another head. Okay, that's all. Okay, maybe with a stand as well. Okay, so I'd like to hear from you. How many of you are actually the Final Fantasy VII game, especially the one that first came out, I think about 30 years ago, maybe? yeah, I think 20 to 30 years ago. Yeah, it was very long ago, and I would like to know how many of you are from that time. Okay, because if you are around the same age as me. Yeah, I'm not young anymore. Okay, so I hope you like this very simple toy news, as well as some comparison. My favorite, I always like to do that. I hope you enjoy the comparison, and I do hope that you find this toy news informative, and I do hope that the comparison actually helps you with your decision whether you want to pre-order or not. I do think that Tifa is a must-have, okay, and Cloud, okay, to me, like I say, I prefer the adventure more, so I don't think I'll be getting that. Actually pre-ordered Aerith and Tifa only. Okay, for Barrett, not really a big fans. Okay, my really favorite is Tifa, maybe Aerith, Cloud, and the most favorite one is Sephiroth. Okay, yeah, so I very much anticipating they will announce pre-order for Sephiroth next. I already have the Adventure one. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me right now, but I kind of seen some pictures for the on the toy convention for this remix Sephiroth, which is looking very good. I must admit that it actually looks kind of better than the Adventurance one. So do give me a thumbs up if you like this toy news, and of course leave me any comments below if you have any further questions about this line, because they are actually from the Playart Kai. Maybe not many of you know about it because it's from Square Enix. I think they are not very famous as compared to SH Figuarts, you know, Masco, Mayfax, those kind of brands. Okay, and before you leave, I hope you will check out my playlist, as well as just browse around my channel, because I have over 360 videos by now, and I'll see you in those videos. Bye.